All right, here we go. Football time. Let's start Thursday and on Fox. Big game now in the NFC East, which, Christ, 8-8 could win this division. The Eagles are 3 on the road, 43.5 the total against the G-Men. Home dogs are now 16-6 against the spread as they cleaned up and went 4-0 last week. And the Giants, off the tough loss, and America's longest national nightmare is over. They finally scored 30 points in a game for the first time in 30-plus games. And Gano hits from 63 to beat them. It's a big for the Eagles here. The champs are in troubles. They lose at home against the Vikings. But, as Teddy's going to point out, going back since they went to this schedule, the home team on Thursday has crushed at ATS, and that has been the case straight up and ATS with the home team on Thursday night so far.
Giants, 3-13 last year, 1-4 this year, and yet they're a team that has a lot of respect in the betting markets. They're 4-18 their last 22 games, and yet Giants money coming in their season over and win total. Giants money coming in on a fairly consistent basis. Not this week, but we have seen a lot of market support for the G-Men. And for all of their struggles at 1-4 so far this season, 3-13 last year, they're one game out of first place. They win this game, they could be tied for the division lead at the end of the weekend. There's something to play for here for the Giants. So I'll give them credit in that regard for A, showing up last week, and B, despite the fact that they stink, still got a chance to do something, which, as you mentioned, matters a lot in these Thursday night affairs. Look so far this season. All right. Week 1, Eagles cover against the Falcons. Week 2, Bengals rout the Ravens. Week 3, the Browns rally past the Jets. Week 4, the Rams over the Vikings and hanging 38, and Minnesota not looking prepared. Week 5, the Pats blow out the Colts. Make no mistake about it, it's really hard for these road teams in short turnaround situations. That being said, that's not the only issue with the Eagles right now. An injury-riddled team with Ajayi and Sproles, just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to Philadelphia injuries.
Ajayi's out for the year. We'll see what they do. They might maybe make a move to try to get McCoy. That's the latest rumor. You got Clement and Smallwood that'll take over. And the offense, not the same right now. Wentz looks rusty, and he looks hesitant and not making snap decisions as well. Looks slow out there as they lose at home against. Remember, they did a goal line stand to beat the Colts at home too. Get that 4th down stop as well. So interesting game as well. We'll see if they can get the offense rolling too. But you're right, Teddy. Even though the Giants have struggled and they're being priced like they're actually a good team, they win this game, they're right back in it in a bad division.
Sure. I mean, Philly is literally 2 goal line stands away from being 0-5. Week 1 against Atlanta, the Falcons are right there at the end of the game, can't get it in. Week 3 against Indy, the Colts are right there at the end of the game, can't punch it in. It could be already a disaster for Philadelphia. I mean, talk about who the pressure's on in this game. All the pressure's on the Eagles. This is the defending Super Bowl champs. They're 2-3. At 2-4, the panic mode starts to strike. You can already smell it if you read some of the quotes out of Philadelphia. And remember, Doug Peterson. All right, let's give him credit for doing some things right last year. But Doug Peterson had the right guys on his staff in terms of Frank Reich and John DeFilippo. Reich's faced him already this year. Hey, he gave him all kinds of trouble. DeFilippo's faced him already this year. Gave him all kinds of trouble. And now who do they have? Pat Shurmur was an Eagles assistant for many, like 15 years. He knows the personnel. He knows the schemes. There may be a schematic advantage for the Giants in this ballgame against Doug Peterson, who has flat out been getting out-coached since his brain trust left town.
Yeah, School's out, too, on his secondary. Throw at Jalen Mills, number 31. Can't cover Teddy. That's another problem, as that's been a key issue the last couple of years if the Eagles can't put heat on the quarterback.
Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.